back to my channel. It's been 6 months since the filming of the last episode. Just had myself a nice bump there. It's been 6 months, and unfortunately that's just the way Canada is, Ontario is. You know, we have 6 months of spring, summer, fall, and then 6 months of winter. So fishing becomes quite hard at that time of year, but with the new opportunities that have come up over the winter time, perhaps I will get out there and try my luck at some winter carp fishing. For those of you who don't know, which I'm assuming at this point is very few, Ontario over the winter got the opportunity to use 3 rods, up to 3 rods for carp, and that is incredible. I know it's been a long time coming, over a decade's worth of work, and you know, from people like Gord Pizer, Len Purdick, and the Fishing Canada team. So big ups, especially to Len, because I know for the past decade he's been fighting and fighting and fighting, and maybe even more than a decade at this rate, to try and make this possible, and he has. So big ups to you, Len. That's your legacy, man. You've done it. So I know I'm very happy about that. I don't see myself using 3 rods though very often. That might be that winter time kind of thing where I'm looking for the fish, and you know, that's my only means of success, is being able to locate the fish. So that might be the time I use 3 rods. But in the words of a very respected angler, Julian Cundiff, 1 rod is limiting, but 2 rods makes you a better angler. And 3, well, 3 might be a little bit greedy, and I think he's got that right. I think also, just for the sake of fish safety, here in Ontario, the likelihood of actually having a triple header in the right time of year, very high. So using like 2 rods, I think, and maybe even vouching to go down to 1 when the action's really hot, I think that's going to be my approach for most of my angling. But another very exciting thing that happened over the winter was the launch of the Canadian Carp Society. It actually truthfully launched to the public in March, but there's been a lot of work sort of in the back office with myself and a number of other founding members, and we have been producing content like crazy. We've got podcasts, we have articles, how-to videos, and a lot of other great stuff. We've got great perks for our members, and you know, I highly recommend you check it out, CanadianCarpSociety.com. So last year, you might recall, my spring campaign did not start off to a booming start, but this year it has. The earliest start to my season in Ontario, I have had an earlier season when I was in the UK. I started off in the end of March actually, but this year I was able to start my season earlier than ever. The temperatures have just been so unseasonably warm, and it's wonderful. I'm not complaining a bit. In fact, I might have to take off the sweater in a few minutes. I'm starting to sweat. But I managed a beautiful fish on the 8th of April. Mid-high double. It didn't bother weighing it. It was a good-looking fish from an old haunt of mine back in Peterborough. So very exciting, and big shout out to Galen and Dan, as well as Conrad. Conrad being my net man, Galen and Dan actually putting in a little bit of a baiting campaign for our, as they called it, mutual benefit. So yeah, very exciting stuff. This video serves as 2 purposes. One, I'd like to document this session because I actually think there's a chance. We're not going to get my hopes too high, because we know what happens when I get my hopes too high. But I have had a few knockings, and evidently fish are in the area. I have seen them crashing, I've seen them cruising around. But the other reason I want to do this video is just to touch base and let you know of some of the exciting things that are coming. I do have the Stories from the Collection episode 5 coming up really soon. I'm just waiting on the temperatures to rise a little bit more, the water temperatures that is, and the water levels. We are at a pretty low for this time of year. It is 2 feet down at the moment, which is not usual. Usually it's quite a ways up with the spring melt, but they've opened up the dams and let all the water out, so it's kind of like they pulled the plug on they forgot to put the plug in the tub, and they turned on the taps on a well system, ran out of water, and said, why is there no water in the tub? But them's the breaks. I mean, it is a nice trade-off, because with the warmer weather we've been having, this shallower water has warmed up substantially. So the fish are in and they're moving around and waking up. I also have some carp fin boot news. Conrad has replaced his engine with something a little bit more powerful, something that he feels can get us from point A to point B a great deal faster. But the boat, obviously, that 9.5 tinner is still in his possession, and it's still working well. So we are looking forward to getting that out possibly in the next couple of weeks, actually, to a nice little spot, sort of amongst the cattails, we'll say. A nice little bay on a river. It's nice dark bottom, so we know there's going to be a lot of fish in there sunning themselves. Maybe we can get a couple to bite for you as well. So I look forward to shooting a couple more. I know both Conrad and I are looking forward to shooting a few more episodes of the Carp and Boot Chronicles for you guys this year. So look out for some of that as well. There might be a couple of other videos here and there as well. I haven't really set out the full schedule yet. In fact, I can't really set a schedule because I'm one of those sort of in the moment guys, you know, fly by the seat of your pants. All right, we're shooting a video today, kind of thing. So yeah, welcome to 2021. Some pretty incredible things have already been happening. World pandemic's still on. That's a bit of a dampener. But, I mean, fish don't care. So let's see if we can get into one today. Too long. Just running up the channel here right now. Boy, where are you going, fish? Oh, problems with fishing by yourself. Unfortunately, that fish decided to go a bit of an awkward run around the corner here into the channel. It doesn't look to be a half bad fish at all. Got him on the whippy pool. That's a start. That's a great start. Success. Let's get this one up and have a look. Well, what a result. There we go. Nice dark Park Lake Common. Gorgeous fish. Put that right in the mid-double range. Not necessarily worthy of the scales, but nearly scale perfect. Gorgeous fish. We'll get this one back, and we'll try for a few more. Okay. One last look at this gorgeous common before I slip it back. What a great result. What a great start to the campaign here at the Park Lake. The water's still pretty chilly. Well, I think my camera shooting the run ended up running out of storage, and I have to check that and make sure. But the rod is rattled off again. Oh, and it's off. How unfortunate. Oh well, you win some and you lose some, I suppose. day was going. Got a little one on here. Looks like it's almost ready to come in now. Just a wee one, but it's a result nonetheless. Let's have a look. Oh, Jesus. Well, it's not a terribly big one. High single here, but a beautiful, beautiful common. Nice dark one again, just like the first. Ooh. And a bit crazy, so we'll get this one back. And maybe we'll get Grace with another one. Another look at the little guy here. Beautiful fish. Well, that wind is proper howling now. I had to position the tripod in such a way that the tree trunk here will block out as much of that wind as possible. It's a solid, sustained wind at the moment, and I'm going to be packing it in here soon. Still have the rods in, but 2 fish out of 3 on. But 2 fish landed today. It's a good start. You know, I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite chuffed. So, if that's a telltale of what is to come this year, I would say that good things are on the horizon. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you today. And until next time.